welcome again to the EFM podcast, and we're very happy that you joined us again to continue our conversation with Stephen and Yvonne Delong, who are going, hopefully, in early 2017 to the country of Bolivia as missionaries with Evangelistic Faith Missions. So, Stephen and Yvonne, good to have you with us again, and let's continue on with our conversation. Okay, what kind of missionary experience do you have so far?
Well, we worked in Honduras for 4 years and started a Christian bilingual school, which to this day is still in function and still working.
Good.
From there, just growing up on the mission field.
Okay, and you grew up in what countries?
Costa Rica, Nicaragua.
Okay, Central America.
Central America.
Okay. And what was the reason why you were in two different countries? Why didn't you just stay in one place?
Well, partly we were in Costa Rica for several years, but then Rex and Hannah McDowell went there to serve, and while we came home for a furlough. Well, when we got done with our furlough, Nicaragua, the work there did not have a missionary, so we went back to that field to try to encourage and help them out, and then periodically we would travel down to Costa Rica and come back.
Okay. So you have about how many years on the mission field as a MK?
About 13.
Okay. So there's a sense in which you've got 13 years at least of other culture experience, if not actual missionary experience, and then 4 years in Honduras as missionaries.
Correct.
Okay. So when you were in Honduras, did you teach?
Yes, I taught in the school there, taught kindergarten, preschool, and helped in any other ways that I could.
Okay.
Also worked with vacation Bible schools and church-related work.
Okay. So you were involved in preaching ministry from time to time as well?
From time to time, we get asked to speak. A few times kind of at the last minute, as sometimes happens. But we also got a chance to go travel around and visit several different churches. Got to help out in some construction a little bit. Try to give a hand, but mainly just try to be an encouragement to the pastors.
Mm-hmm.
And let them know that there was somebody who still cared about them.
Okay. I understand that you were in Bolivia sometime back in the,
1996.
96, okay.
Summer of 1996.
And why were you there and for how long?
We went down with TLC, Touching Lives for Christ. We were there for 3 weeks, and mainly the reason for going is just I thought it was at the time I thought it was something be interesting to do, and also give me some short-term missionary experience. And then when I was with a group of other young people that went down to help out with vacation Bible schools and give a hand wherever we could.
Okay. And somebody told me that you were sometimes a key member because of your knowledge of Spanish.
Well, the group had 13 people on it, and there was 3 of us that spoke Spanish.
Ah.
So, needless to say, I did get a chance several times to translate or help out,
Good.
helping the others to understand what was going on.
So did you translate like teaching and services and classes?
I translated some from English to Spanish.
And then souvenir shopping and that kind of thing.
All that kind of good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. And so you were in Bolivia in 1996, and then have you been in Bolivia since then?
No. Not until this last November.
Okay.
We went down for a few days.
Okay. And that was your first visit, right?
Yes.
What did you think?
Oh, I loved it. I'd heard him talk for a long time about Bolivia, and for many years he talked about how he loved to go and showed me pictures and some of his souvenirs he brought back. So it was exciting to see what he had seen years ago, and I enjoyed being there.
Okay. One of the things about Bolivia is the high altitude. I guess question number one would be, when you were there in 1996, did it seem to affect you very much?
No, actually, I was surprised. Because I kind of thought it might at the time, but it didn't affect me then, even back at that time.
And then this past November?
And this past November, there again, I had a feeling that maybe it might, with age, and not that I'm that old, but
You're not,
just the fact that there was a time gap between '96 and this last November, and I thought maybe that there would be, but it really didn't affect me like I could have, I guess, or that I thought it might have.
Okay. And how did you fare with the high altitude?
Well, I was very stressful about it, wondering if I'd be the missionary, that ruined the whole trip. But no, I prayed a lot before I went about it, and had a little bit of wooziness when I got off the plane. A couple of days, we couldn't take the stairs very fast, but I felt like the Lord helped me, and we got through it without any major mishaps.
Good. And I'm sure that this is one of the things that you're thinking about with your children as you're preparing to go. Well, thank you for being with us for this Evangelistic Faith Missions broadcast. And we're happy that you joined us to hear from Stephen and Yvonne DeLong. And we look forward to your joining us again next week when we continue our conversation with the DeLongs and talk a little bit more about their going to Bolivia.